Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater. And ever since last July, when we got that excellent ending for Spider-Man Far From Home with J. Jonah Jameson talking about Spider-Man's identity and him having murdered Mysterio, I've been really wondering just what the hell was going to happen next for Spider-Man. I really want to know what's going to happen in Spider-Man 3, whether it's called uh I don't know what they're going to call it. It's going to be something with a home pun, obviously, in the title. We have no idea what they're going to call it, but still, I want to know what's going to be happening with my boy Peter Parker and everyone else involved in that story and where things are going to go. Now, I'm sorry, not yesterday, this morning over on 4chan, this leak popped up saying the entitled Spider-Man 3 movie is codename Jailer. Now, the thing when it comes to 4chan leaks is that, quite frankly, you don't know if they're real, you don't know if they're fake, you don't know anything. So take this with an absolute grain of salt, but I wanted to go through it, I wanted to look at it, and I wanted to see whether or not there's anything here that could either be considered real or really just laughable at best. So this is let's buckle in for this one. So it says here that there are going to be some changes going forward with the script, but the basics are staying the same. And so according to this guy, this is going to be the framework for the movie. Some details might shift. Don't quite know how I feel about it considering, but let's go through this together. It says Peter won't be on the run, neither will he have a lawyer, which is dumb because it's a perfect chance for Matt Murdock, but whatever. Saying here, the Daily Bugle, a web news media outlet, is a conspiracy theory and fake news website owned by J. Jonah Jameson, as a general public is in disbelief over Spider-Man's secret identity to be that of a male teenager, and debates online begin to surge that Spider-Man is really a young woman. Something about Spider-Man's spandex and an arse joke is added in the context of the debate. Now, see, okay, first things first, right off of that, there's that old, that meme image of Spider-Man as well as Captain Marvel side by side, which would be this image right here. And again, we have no idea if this is meant to be more of a meta joke over this particular meme or if it's more playing up the America's ass joke from Avengers Endgame. And quite frankly, both are kind of dumb in my opinion, which is like right off the bat why I'm not necessarily believing this. But anyway, let's continue. So it says here, Peter's friends at school begin to treat him like he's Spider-Man, which makes Peter the most famous kid in high school. Flash is mad at Peter and in denial and begins to stalk Peter to find the truth. MJ has some side plot drama with Peter on how he is enjoying the school fame and all. And that does kind of feel like an MJ plotline, kind of the anti-establishment, which is what she does. Now, Shocker, Herman Schultz, returns as the villain with an exoskeleton power suit of armor. Halfway into the film, Night Monkey is fighting Schultz in the same prison where Adrian Toomes was jailed. At the end of their battle, Schultz's suit explodes inside the prison, and we are to believe that he's dead. Then Doctor Strange will have a cameo appearance at the end of the movie. He visits Peter's home in Queens to ask him about something he had been tracking, but is interrupted when Shocker attacks both of them after obtaining the superpowers of his armor after the explosion in the prison. Strange helps Peter defeat Schultz, whose power now allows him to vibrate the fractures in the reality that were left open by the multiverse of madness, and he is able to open gateways into the multiverse and summon copies of himself from other dimensions. Schultz can summon thousands of Shocker clones of himself and have the ability to fire lightning. And I don't know how much of that, again, I believe. It just seems kind of too over the top. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm down for more Shocker. Obviously, I like Shocker. I like the Sinister Six. I really want to see what might be coming from that. But the leaks go on to part two. I'm not really believing this at this point. Like, it seemed kind of like if I could believe the first part of it, but then having them fight Night Monkey, fighting him in a prison, I don't know. Now, going on to say part two here says Jake Gyllenhaal is hinted at to be alive in one sentence during the fight against Shocker, but is not shown or confirmed. And there's been that running thing anyway, that Mysterio is still alive because they are hinting at the Sinister Six. Having Mysterio be a part of that's a pretty big thing. He's a master of illusion, so who's to say he actually died? Or it could be his cohort who survived at the end of the movie, the guy from Stark Industries who was there when Obadiah was yelling about Tony Stark in a cave and full of scraps. Anyway, Strange basically tells Peter that he was tracking eldritch magic in Prague and Venice and somehow trace him to Peter's home and asks him if Peter had recently fought someone with magical abilities. to his own, which Peter says no. And I'm assuming this is probably meant to be Shocker having eldritch magic. Is this like a Lovecraft? I know that Strange Multiverse of Madness is supposed to deal with like Lovecraftian type stuff, and I'm just wondering if the eldritch, if that's meant to be more of a play on that. I don't know. That there could be another meaning there that I just don't know personally. Now, the real Schultz is taken down and knocked into one of his own portals, and we never see him again in the movie. Peter loses Aunt May at the end of the movie, and as one dimension collapses on top of their home, swallowing the building. Thanks to the portals created by Schultz, Strange holds one of the portals long enough for Peter to go through and save his aunt. Strange stays behind to deal with the threat and closes all the portals in the area. Strange sees Dormammu's face briefly in one of the final portals that he closes. Mac Gargan and Adrian Toomes escape through the chaos created by Schultz in prison using a prison bus in the first post-credit scene alongside another unnamed character. So obviously, Mac Gargan is Scorpion, who we saw in Far From Home or in Homecoming, and Adrian Toomes is Vulture, who's going to be popping up again in Morbius. So they clearly want to do more with Michael Keaton, and they still want to do something to kind of bring in the Sinister Six in some fashion or another. And here's the thing. I don't know how much of this I believe. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know how much of this I believe, if at all. As much as I'm looking forward to seeing this movie, I don't know what they're going to do with it. I know that they want to start shooting the movie this summer to have it ready for summer of 2021. And it's actually the reason why they want to kind of fast track production on this is why Uncharted got pushed back as far as it did, because they wanted to get they wanted to shoot the movie before shooting Spider-Man Far From Home, or Home, whatever the third one's going to be called. And Travis Knight couldn't get it done in time, and so he ended up leaving the project. So we don't quite know what's going to be happening with this. But when I look at leaks like this, when I look at this breakdown, it seems like there's a framework there that's interesting. I like the idea of him, being outed and kind of like not running, kind of like in Civil War when he outed himself in order to back Tony. Because it's like, this is what Tony did. Tony played it up. Maybe this is what he's going to do. And that could bring about the whole Iron Man Jr. or Iron Boy criticisms we see quite a bit of. I don't quite know. But I could see Peter adopting it, owning his identity being Spider-Man, but understanding the responsibility of that as well, putting his aunt in danger, friends in danger, things like that. But I also don't really, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they have planned to do yet. So I leave it to you. Your thoughts on this, your opinions. Does this leak legit? Does it sound interesting? Does it sound terrible? I'm kind of leaning, I don't want to say more towards the terrible because you can't see it in context, right? Kind of like the leaks for Rise of Skywalker turned out to be true. And I actually enjoyed a lot of it just because I saw it in context. So without context, it really doesn't mean much. But again, I'll leave it to you, your thoughts, your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. I will talk to you all later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, get in on the conversation. Leave your thoughts, your theories. All right, guys. See you later. Have yourself a great day and peace out. Hey, thank you very much for watching the video. If you want to keep the conversation going, and if you've made it this far, you clearly do, come on in and join the Discord. Link is in the video description. Can't wait to see you there. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.